afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the episode 12 of Sprout Asia Expert Season 6. So, I'm Simira, and I'll be your host for today. So, thank you so much, guys, for dropping by this after lunch. So, today we'll be talking about how the learning and development sessions in our organization is still important, especially with the ongoing pandemic and the virtual landscape. So, if you like webinars like this, please don't forget to follow our social media pages at Sprout Asia Tech and be on the lookout for all new episodes. So we're also live on Facebook and YouTube as of this moment. Just to give you a quick introduction of who we are, Sprout Solutions is a leading HR and payroll provider in the Philippines that aims to help businesses transform and automate their HR processes. So just like the new normal of virtual festivities, here we celebrate innovations by helping your business adapt digitally. So once again, a hearty welcome for everyone tuning in this episode by Sprout Solutions. So I'm sure you are all excited to check on the topic that we have right now, but I'll go ahead and provide you a little bit of icebreaker for today. So there will be four answers that will pop up on your screens. There will be a poll whether you want to answer it or not. It will be up until to you. So I'll just go ahead and check out the question for the icebreaker. Hold on, let me check. Okay, there we have it. So the question is, what type of learning content engage you the most? First is video content such as tutorials, online quizzes, educational podcasts, webinars, or other training sessions. Video content, online quizzes. I think for me on my end, I like video content, such as the tutorials. Or I'm a visual person, so like I usually do that most of the time. But well, it depends actually. So let me check. Or I think I have the answers here. Most of the people answered actually webinars and other training sessions. Maybe that's the reason why you are here right away. So 80% of the attendees right now answered webinars or other training sessions, while 12% is video content such as tutorials, 4% for online quizzes, and another 4% for educational podcasts. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much again for answering the icebreaker. Okay, let's move on. So, not just the icebreaker that we actually want to provide you and raffle mechanics. The raffle mechanics will be checking out here. There we have it. The instructions for the raffle. Okay. Okay. Collect all three keywords and get the chance to win a 200 peso load grab gift card. Well, actually, the grab gift I would love if I'm like in the tent right now. I would love to grab it. I do delivery all the time. So the instructions, going back, instruction is collect all three keywords that will be flashed all throughout your webinar. Second is follow Sprout official page at Sprout HR Tech. Number three is collect all three keywords on the pin tweet on your Twitter page. So if you don't have Twitter, by the way, you can also check in our YouTube. So you can go ahead and answer or add up all three keywords of our raffle and you can reply to our YouTube channel. And then number four, we'll be announcing the lucky winner at the end of the session. Lastly, we'll be sending the prizes via Twitter DM or YouTube after the sessions. So again, guys, just collect all three keywords and we will be showing up to you. So the first keyword, I want to give it to you, which will be, next slide, please. There you have it, training. So again, the first keyword for today will be training. So you have to wait for the next and third one, okay? All right, moving on. So while you're logging into your Twitter accounts or YouTube, I just want to let you know that there will be a fireside chat later where you can ask our panelists questions about today's topic, which is louder culture, while learning and development in the workplace is still important even while on pandemic. So start listening down your questions while the speaker is providing the topic, and we'll be answering it later on. So without further ado, I would love to introduce to you our speaker for today. He's a passionate, charismatic, energy filled, and a world class trainer who aims to inculcate dynamics and synergy in organizations through training and development. He's also the fastest growing and emerging speaker of this generation who has earned the title of Ultimate Sales and Personal Development Trainer here in the Philippines. So again, I would love to introduce to you our speaker for today, Mr. JOsh Vasquez.
Let's do a bit of a sound check. Samira, that was an amazing introduction. Wow. I'm going to share something on my screen right now. I'm going to be sharing a bit of music. If you guys can hear my voice, rinig mo yung boses ko? Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao, wherever you're from right now, if you can hear my audio, you can hear my voice, I want you to chat louder in the Zoom right now. Come on, let me see you chat louder. I don't care what you're doing. You better stop what you're doing. You are in a Sprout session. We're going to have some fun and we're going to learn on a Monday. If you're ready to learn, let me see you chat louder. Everyone, I want you to smash your keyboards. Tap louder, louder. Come on, come on. I can see you, Mirna, Melanda. I can see you. Paulo, I see you. Good job, Genevieve. Good job. Yan. What about the others? What about the others? Where are you guys? Where are you guys at? Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you guys at? There we go. Keep going. Keep it coming. Now, I want to see this, no? Wherever you're from, I want to know what city you are in right now. Nasaan ka ngayon? What city are you in? Let me see where you're from. I'm in Quezon City. We got someone from Calamba. Louder than the thunderstorms of Rizal. Saludo ako sa'yo. Come on, come on. General Santos, Candelaria, Quezon City, San Pedro, Manila, Dasmariñas, Puerto Princesa. Wow naman, oh. Maayo umaga, ay buntag naman, bundag, maayo hapon sa inyong tanan, sa ating mga Visayan friends who are out there. Isabela, we're gonna be in Isabela this week. We're gonna fly to Isabela for a training session this week. Come on, come on, come on, keep it coming, keep it coming. Ah, man. You know, when Sprout invites me, I wanna make sure we don't just deliver. I want to make sure we over-deliver. So how many of you right now, sawang-sawa na kayo sa mga boring na webinar? You're tired of webinars where you just sit down, you just relax, you just try to do anything that you're doing, pretending that you're learning. Oh man, baby, this is going to be different. I'm talking to the leaders of organizations. I want to make sure we set the right tone. Umpisa pa lang. How many of you guys, can you see my face or not? Sino dito hindi nakikita yung mukha ko? Can you not see my face? You can't, right? You can't. No worries. Well, the reason why you can't see my face is because I can't see yours. All right, man. We're going to do something real quick here. To everyone who's here right now, I'm going to count 1 to 5. And I want to make sure that all the attendees here, if you have the opportunity, if you can do it, I want you guys to go ahead and turn your cameras on. Can you turn your cameras on right now? Everyone, cameras on right now. Oh, you cannot. Oh, that's sad. Is that right? Is that right? Let me ask the team here. Are they not allowed? Nako, I want to see your beautiful and handsome faces pa naman. Panelists, they're not allowed? They're not allowed? Ah, wala sila, wala. Audio only? O sige. Let's do this. Regardless of what time zone you're in, when I say good morning, I want you to greet good morning. Everyone unmute yourselves. Good morning. Good morning. Come on. There we go. Bring them in. Cameras on. Videos on right now.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, come on. You can do better than that. Come on.
Good morning.
There we go. Good job. Good
Good.
job. Hey, what's up? What's up, everyone? If you can turn your cameras on, kawai, because I'm gonna wave my hands. I want to make sure na hindi natin sasayangin yung oras natin dito. Everyone wave your hands right now if you're looking at the camera. Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
There we go. Thank you, Genevieve. I can see you. I see a bunch of people here, and even if your cameras are off, don't worry, may application kami, no? And yung application namin, yung software namin, we can see everyone, even though your cameras are off. No, I'm kidding. Joke lang yon. We can't do that, okay? I'm kidding. Baka yung iba sa inyo, kinabahan na kayo bigla, no? No, kita pala ako dito. All right, I just want to thank everyone who's here right now. Unang-una, let's go ahead and say thank you to Sprout. Can everyone go ahead and chat? Can you chat thank you to Sprout right now? Everyone chat thank you. Come on. There we go. Good. Unang-una, I just want to thank Sprout for bringing me here for the second time around. You know, I'm always passionate about doing whatever it takes to share the message of hope, abundance sa ating mga Pilipino. You know, the pandemic, it's almost the second year of the pandemic, and a lot of us are going through different time zones, different trials, different problems sa mga career natin, in our problems, in our companies, in the different things that we're going through. How many of you guys right now, if there's a way, by the way, if there's a way for the attendees to show their cameras, I'd love to see their faces. Yan. The Sprout team is doing an amazing job bringing people together, tulad nyo, bringing people together to get to develop, not just understand, but develop themselves and turn themselves into the very best version. Specifically right now, natutuwa ako because whenever a bunch of leaders of different companies gather together, you know that something amazing is just going to happen. So Sprout, I just want to honor and thank you right now. In the next, I'm not sure how many minutes, 30 minutes that I'm given right now. 30 minutes ba? Or tell me if it's an hour, I don't know, okay? I'm doing my best right now because over the weekend, we just had back-to-back trainings, 1 week, going to different places in the Philippines. That's why my voice is a bit hoarse right now. Medyo bedroom voice ako, but you know, you got to keep going. If there's an opportunity for you to influence people, you got to keep going. You got to commit now and you got to figure it out later. I suggest kung nanonood ka sa bahay mo or in your office right now, your boss asks you to watch this, or maybe you're the boss in your company, I suggest you take down notes. Yesterday, we just transformed around 50 lives. 50 lives of multi-million businesses in the Philippines. And isa lang ang sinabi ng lahat, no? That everyone was transformed. And that's my mission today. Even though pangalan nyo lang yung nakikita ko, hopefully next time we can see your faces. Even though I'm just seeing your names right now, you know, I want to make sure that at the back, at the other end, I want you to pretend as if we're seeing each other right now. Imagine mo na tayo lang magkausap. Because at the end of the day, what I want is connection. And I think that's what all HR people should understand. Lahat ng nandito, if you are in the business of moving people, your goal is to create connection. Number one, establish, create, and retain connection. That's the goal. And everything that you're doing right now, sa mga problemang pinagdadaanan natin in our companies, how can we make sure that we create what we call a louder culture? If you're ready to learn, can I see a chat? Everyone chat ready? Let me see you chat ready kung handa ka ng matuto ngayon. Come on. Let me see it. There we go. Good. What about the others? Handang-handa na. There we go. Ready na si Theodora, Mirna, Rasanas. I can see you. Good. Awesome. Perfect. Well, let me bring in some of my, I think I got a PowerPoint here. Yeah, I do. Let me bring in my PowerPoint. I want to show you something. Louder culture. This is what we're going to talk about. Itong pag-uusapan natin, no? the value of learning and development. But before that, maybe some of you, ito yung first time na nakita nyo ako. How many of you guys, this is the first time that you're listening to me? Ito yung first time na makita mo ko. You never saw me on YouTube. You never saw me on Facebook. You never saw me on Instagram. Hindi mo pa ako nakita sa buong buhay mo. Never heard of me. Can everyone chat? First timer ako. All right, everyone chat. I'm a virgin for the Voicebox. Come on, who here is a Voicebox virgin? There we go. We got a lot of first timers here. Now lang si Ricky. We got a lot of first timers here. Good, good. First timers, good. Amazing, amazing. That's why we gotta over deliver, because there are some people here. It's their freaking first time to see me. Amazing, good, good. Now, if this is your first time, I can guarantee you this is not going to be the last after mo makinig dito. Because my goal right now is when I introduce myself, I don't just want you to, oh, wow, that was motivating. No, my goal is to influence, empower, and activate 8 billion lives, one person at a time. See, some of you don't have a background about me, but I want to share to you what this is not about. Number one, it's not a boring webinar kung saan manonood ka lang wala kang gagawin. This talk is not cheap content that you can find anywhere. Sure, some of you might find this here, might find it there, but this is not something, the experience that you will get in this talk is unlike any other. This is not an easy fix solution sa lahat ng mga issue mo. And yung tuturo ko sa'yo, hindi to payaman scheme. Some of you will be like, grabe, ano ba yan? Is that like, power na power tayo? Well, that's not a get-rich-quick scheme. And this is not your regular training. See, to everyone who's here for the very first time, I want to let you understand, yung sasabihin ko dito in the next few minutes, this is not for everyone. Maybe this is not for you. The Josh, well, what do you mean it's not for me, okay? Well, simple lang. Because I only like to talk to people who are action takers. At the end of this, I'm going to give you a challenge. A challenge to have the opportunity to create a louder culture sa company mo. Wala akong pakialam kung yung mga tao sa company mo, kasi mga boomers lahat ng tao doon, hindi mga millennials lahat. Hey, humans are humans. Pag tao yan. There's always a way to connect to people. See, let me introduce myself. For those of you who have just seen me for the very first time, buong pangalan ko is Joshua Vasquez. Pero simula ngayon, you're not gonna call me Josh. You're not gonna call me Joshua. And I hope that when Sprout invites me, they're not going to say JOsh Vasquez anymore. Whenever you invite me or you talk to me, I want you to start calling me the Josh. Okay? Come on, I want to see it in the chat. I want you to start calling me. Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. What are you supposed to call me? I want you to start calling me. There we go. There we go. Come on, put it in the chat, man. There, that's it. That's it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Absolutely, absolutely. And some of you are probably thinking, okay, the Josh. Why is it the Josh? Number one, there's a lot of Joshes in the world. Sino dito may mga kaibigan kayo, Josh din ang pangalan? Right? I can see you, yeah. Some of you have friends that are also Joshes. Maybe your ex-boyfriend's name is Josh, okay? Well, I hope I'm not your future, okay? It depends, no? So maybe whoever that Josh is, man, in your life, the bottom line is, hindi po ako yung ex ni Julia Barreto. I'm not that Josh, okay? It's a different Josh. That's why I want to be different. And that's what the point is. The point is right now, what I'm trying to tell you right now is if you want to be successful in your career, if you want to create a successful culture in your company, if you want to create a company that's booming, always growing, the first thing you got to understand is you got to be different. The first thing you got to understand is you got to be different. It's been so many years ever since I started influencing people. Going from different places here and there. I've been to the UK, got training from the US. But the most important part here is na-realize ko na ang mga Pilipino, tulad nating lahat, we have the capability to transform lives if only we are committed. If only we are committed. You see, some of you here, you don't know my background story. I come from a single mom. Anay ko single mom. Sino dito mga single mom din? Yeah? Good. Good. Maybe you were raised by a single mom. I was not born in a very rich family. Oh, grabe, siguro, this guy is, baka may yayamanin to ever since. Come on, man. I was born in a middle-class family. Middle-class family meaning, kapag may hinihingi ako sa nanay ko, ang lagi niyang sagot, wala tayong budget. Anak, saka na, wala tayong panggastos. Whenever I ask for something, hey, you know what? Okay lang ba? Gusto ko yan. Ma, gusto ko yan. My mama's gonna say, saka na, pang mayaman lang yan. See, I was straight from elementary to high school, public school, all the way. Working student at 18 years old. 2 hours of sleep for 5 years. But if there's one thing I realize, it's this. If you become louder in life, if you choose to be louder in life, may I explain ko sa inyo kanina louder? There is nothing in hell that can stop you from doing what you're called to do. There is nothing in hell that can stop you from doing what you're called to do. And nothing on earth. All right, the Josh, you're getting crazy here. Yes, I am. Because some of you here, you have a problem. You have a problem in your company. Yan ang susolusyonan natin. We're gonna solve that right now. Okay, we're gonna solve that right now. And the reason why I want to solve that is because I want you to understand that most of the problems that are happening outside of you can be solved when you fix the problem inside of you. Okay, gets mo? Nakakasabay ka ba? I hope you're taking down notes. All right? I hope you're taking down notes. And even as you're listening right now, you better be searching Voicebox ready. Next. This is me. Been doing this for crazy some time already. If there's one thing I realized at 18 years old, I was training and developing people 2 times, 3 times my age, different companies, different people, trainees from all around the Philippines, all around the world. If there's one thing that I realized is that people always have problems. People always have problems. At itong mga problema na to, ito yung gusto kong solusyonan ngayon. But the question is, gusto mo na bang masolusyonan yung problema na meron ka in your company? I want you to chat yes right now. I want you to chat yes. Everyone chat yes. Come on. Come on. Let me see it. Good. Loud and clear. I love it. Look how fast you guys are. Good job. Good job, Rika. I can see you. Good. Awesome. Good. So, there are 3 things. Let me share to you 3 things first. Tatlong bagay. Arminda, thanks for being here. There are 3 things that different companies are paying attention to every single time. Lahat ng negosyo, okay, lahat ng business, lahat ng company, this is what people focus on. Number 1, people focus on the products. That's number 1. People focus on the products, right? They focus on the products. That's why you have a product. That's why you have a sales team sa department nyo. The second one is people focus on promoting those products, creating ads. There's a marketing team. But I want to let you understand this. Kaya ka nandito right now is because we're going to talk about the most important P in your company. It's not the product, it's not the promotions, but my friends, it's the people. Yan ang pag-usapan natin. We're going to talk about that. Why are the people in my company so important? Madaming business, whether it's a medium, small, or maybe it's a big enterprise already, a lot of people do not understand the gravity and the impact of developing people. Most people would say, grabe, leadership training, sales training, personal development training in the company. A lot of them would say, hindi naman measurable ang results niyan. Because majority of companies, they focus on the numbers, not realizing that the qualitative data is also important. And most people just focus on the quantitative. Numbers. But without the people, their numbers will stay stuck. If your company is stagnant, you're going down. If you're earning, your revenue last year is the same as this year. Your revenue last quarter is the same as this quarter. Let me tell you this, your company is going down. It's not going up. In the world of business, in the world of careers, in the world of HR, it's either your people are developing or they're degrading. It's either they're progressing or degressing. We want to make sure we fix that. So ito yung tanong ko sa inyo. What's the problem? Right now, what I want to do is I want to give you guys an opportunity to play with my, I want to give you guys an opportunity to play with my screen. Kung naka-laptop ka, you can do this. I want you guys to go on share, and I want you to write as many problems as you have in your company about your company's culture. What is the problem in leading a team? What is the problem in leading a team during a pandemic? Put it down. Come on, put it down. You can annotate. Pwede kayo magsulat sa screen ko. You can do that on my screen. Come on, come on. Try to click share. I think there's an annotate button there. Masyado na sa gilid, no? If you can't find it, you can chat it. What is the problem right now? Come on. Let me see it. Let me see it. Engaging the team. Put it. If you can put it on my screen, I want to see you put it on my screen. Isulat mo sa screen ko right now. Come on, let me see it. Let me see it. I want to challenge the others. If you can write on my screen, I'm going to give you guys a surprise later. No? Tingnan natin. Most engaging gets free 1 hour training for their team. Most engaging person. Pinakamabilis sumagot. Yan. Come on. Put it on my screen. Kung sino unang makasulat sa screen ko. Can they do it? No, I'm not sure if they're allowed to. Can you allow them to annotate? Hi, James.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Josh.
I think they are. Are they? Where's
Sorry,
my
Josh.
Gwen? Are they allowed?
They can't annotate.
They cannot. They
Sorry.
cannot.
Yes.
Ay, sad.
Sorry.
Okay lang. O sige, annotate nyo dyan. O hindi na pwede. Okay. Okay. Is this a webinar style? Oh yeah. It's a webinar.
Yeah, it's a webinar style, Josh.
That's right.
Thank you.
You mean the settings, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's fine, dear. Appreciate it. Brand, conflict of interest. O sige. Don't worry. Engagement, motivation, fast-changing principles and values, short attention span. Oy, nako, I love that. Focus on financial needs. Oy, no. There we go. What about the others? Poor communication, attitude, focus on, maintain mental and physical well-being, employee engagement, fast-changing principles and values, pero short attention span. Thank you. Engagement, medyo malawak yung engagement. Benjamin, mental health. That's amazing. Ano pa yung challenges nyo? No share button. Ay, hindi ba yan? Character. Okay? Conflict of interest. Brand love. Open communication or loss of touch. Motivation. There's a lot. Sobrang dami, no? And that's a lot. There are a lot of problems. See, this is what I realized. Whenever you go through a specific problem, the first thing you gotta identify is you first have to identify kung how big is this problem and how hard is it to solve. How big is this problem and how hard is it to solve? Because at the end of the day, mga problems sa sinulat mo dyan, the bottom line is they have root causes. Like everything you wrote down there, lahat ng sinulat mo dyan, everything would have a root cause. Okay? Profit focus, less people importance. Man, this would have been crazy. Okay, I'll give you an example. If you want to write something down, we're gonna blanket approach this. Kasi alam ko iba-iba kayong problema, no? And Yana, if you can just keep on messaging me on my text to see how much time I got left, okay? I want to give a blanket approach to everyone who's here right now. The greatest way to solve all problems people related is the very first thing that we learn when we are born, the moment na pinanganak ka dito sa mundo. The very first thing that stops you from being hungry as a baby is your ability to cry. Cry? Josh, what are you talking about? What do you mean crying? Okay. Simple lang. When I say cry, what I'm talking about here is your ability to simply communicate. A baby cries. A baby cries to communicate something. It's to communicate a message. Some of you are talking, but you're not communicating. Communication barriers. Give you an example. Number one, whether it's Zoom, it's like this. Maybe some of you, when you do your Zoom, you're doing it like how we're doing it right now, where everyone else's video is off. That's not communication. Communication is not a one-way thing. That's why hopefully in the future, we could see their faces as well. Kasi if you're doing it, I'll give you an example right now. How many of you would feel more engaged if you can show your face? Number one, if kaya mo ipakita yung mukha mo, you'd feel more engaged. And if I can ask you a question and you can answer, how many of you would honestly feel more, wow, I feel connected? Right? Yeah. I see a lot of people would be doing that. I would definitely feel connected. But some of you, when you do your Zoom meetings, dahil virtual yung mga tao nyo, some of you pretend that you're still on a call. Nag-Zoom pa kayo, naka-off din naman yung video. Sana nag-call na lang tayo. O kaya mag-ano lang tayo. Sana we can go ahead and, what do you call that? Let's go on Clubhouse. Sa Clubhouse, audio lang. You don't need anything. You just need audio. Right? Because that's what's happening right now. Some of you try to talk, but you're not communicating. You're not communicating. The JOsh, kasi the JOsh, you know, pag pina-on kasi namin yung video ng mga employees namin, minsan kasi yung mga iba nasa kama pa. Here's my question, why did you not set house rules? Why did you not set house rules? Number two, why did you not set expectations? Because expectations will clear the way out of chaos. If you want to avoid chaos in your companies, expectations set properly is the way to go. But right now, I know a lot of you want to create a louder culture. I'll show you what louder means in a moment. Pero unang-una is I want you to assess your team. I want you to be able to assess your team because the reality is, iba-iba yung mga taong nasa team natin, but the way you communicate to them, it's the same way. And that's not how it's supposed to be done. Let me show you something here. I want to show you my screen right now. Can everyone chat more if you want me to continue talking? Let me see you chat more if you want me to continue. Come on, let me see it. There we go. Okay, 10 minutes. Thank you. Yan na, 10 minutes na lang daw ako. I want to share something real quick, all right? See, some of you right now, when you talk to your employees, you're always thinking, I think I gotta talk to them the same way I talk to everyone. Ganito kasi ako eh. Ito kasi akong klaseng tao eh. My friends, if you are the communicator, the burden of understanding the message does not rely on the receiver, it relies on the sender. Do you need me to repeat that? Tatagalugin ko. Yung responsibility, Taglish na lang, yung responsibility ng pagkakaintindi, hindi nakasalalay sa taong tumatanggap ng mensahe, nakasalalay sa taong nagbibigay ng mensahe. Whoever is talking, whoever is delivering the communication is the one responsible for the understanding of the information. Let me tell you this right now. Do you blame yourself for not understanding what the government is announcing? Of course not. There's a miscommunication or there's an under-communication. Why? Because people think that just because I gave the message, just because I gave the information sa mga tao ko, okay na yan lahat. Sapat na yan lahat. But that's not how it's supposed to be. I want to share a simple concept to you right now. This is what I call the SWM, or the skill will matrix. If you want to create a louder culture, it starts by understanding your people. Skill, will. The higher it is in the arrow, the better. So kapag malapit sa arrow, ibig sabihin mataas yun. Okay? It's negative, negative, positive, positive. Okay? Gets nyo? I want to show you the first one. Maybe to some of you, this is already a refresher. To others, this is new. The first one is the person who is high on skill. High skill, but the person has low willingness. Ito yung mga tao sa kumpanya mo. These are the people in your company. Magaling sila, pero walang motivation. Later on, ipapakita ko sa iyo kung paano mo sila dapat i-approach. That's the first one. The second one, I hope wala kang taong ganito in your company. This is the type of person who's low on skill and low on will. Hindi na nga magaling. Hindi na nga magaling, no? Tapos wala ding kagustuhang matuto. I hope wala kang ganyang tao sa company mo. And then there's another one. Other one, quadrant 3, is the person who is low on skill but high on will. Ito yung tao na hindi ako ganun kagaling. I'm not that good. Alright? I'm not that good. But, I'm willing to learn. Willing ako matuto. And the last one here, ito yung mga taong grabe, wala kang masabi dito. These are the type of people who are high on skill and high on will. This is quadrant 1. Let me just write it down. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let me ask you a question right now. Based on this matrix, based on the skill will matrix, where are the majority of your people? Where are the majority of your people? Is it on quadrant 1, 2, 3, or 4? Can you put it in the chat right now? Let me see it. 1, 2, 3, or 4. Come on, let me see it in the chat. 1, high on skill. Magaling naman, pero walang motivation sa buhay. Let me see the others. Where are the others? Come on, let me see your answers. Come on, come on. Hey. Don't just be a spectator. You're part of this. Come on, keep chatting. First quadrant. Wow, someone said 4. Jocelyn. Good job, Jocelyn. What about the others? Come on, keep it coming. I got 77 lives in this room right now. I can afford you to just be passive. Mirna said number 3. So, mataas yung willingness pero kulang sa skill. Okay, good. Some people said 4 pero may mga ibang 1. Alright? 1 and 4, depende. Well, on an average, majority ng tao, ano yung mas madaming tao? Okay? Ano yung mas madaming tao? Let me see right now. Keep going. Okay? Because I'm gonna give a strategy. Bibigyan ko kayong strategy, no? I'm gonna give a strategy right now. Are you ready? Okay, good. Perfect. How many of you would like to know how to deal with these people? Sino dito gusto nyo malaman kung paano kausapin ng maayos ng mga taong to so that you can create a louder culture? Chat me right now. Let me see that. Good. Now, I only have a few minutes left, so I cannot tell you everything here, right? I cannot tell you everything here. But however, I'm very proud that Sprout actually gave this because it's an opportunity for us to keep going, to share this to you, all right? So what I want to share to you right now is this. Number 1, unahin natin si quadrant 1. For quadrant 1, the way you want to approach this person is by approaching this person as an advisor. Ibig sabihin, this is the part where you become a mentor to this person. This is the part where you're not just basta-basta to this person, but you're listening more than you're talking. And you're advising more than you're teaching. Is that clear? Advising, giving an advice is different than a person trying to scold or pinapagalitan mo, making that person feel na wala siyang kwentang tao. That's not how you're supposed to deal with that person. Second quadrant, this is a bit crazy, but you gotta be a director. I hope wala kang hinahire na nasa number 2. Kasi ito yung mga tao na kailangan step by step. Literally, you better be firm sa taong to. Kailangan strict ka sa taong to. You better be firm. You better tell this person, here's what you're gonna do. You better do this, set a deadline now. You better put a timeline. If you don't see improvement in your behavior, I'm gonna have to let you go. Number 3, approach this person as a teacher. You better approach this person as a teacher. This is the type of person na, natututo naman siya, pero ang kailangan mo gawin sa kanya, spend less time giving advice, spend more time giving instructions. Step by step. Are you learning? Are you guys learning something? I hope you're learning something. Number 4, last one. This person, you better partner this person. Yung mga taong magagaling sa company mo, sila yung pwede mong gamitin as leverage to go ahead and mentor the other people. Itong mga partner na to, you leverage them to be the teacher for those people who need skills. Some of you don't realize, but the power of your company's growth lies on you. Bakit? Because you're the one who's developing your people. If you're part of the HR, I'm pretty sure that's the reason why you're here. If you're part of the people, maybe you're part of people relations. Maybe you're the chief people officer. But the very foundation of a company lies on its people. Oh, my friend, I want to let you understand this. Lahat ng yan, it's going to be useless if you don't understand the value and the strategies of communication. Everything's going to be useless. Everything's going to be useless if you don't understand the value of communication. If you don't understand what communication is, if you don't understand how you can move forward in life, if you're not open to what is not seen, because the reality is, in the last 2 months, ganito yon, you might want to write this down as well. This is called the Johari window. The reality is, may mga bagay tayo na tayo lang nakakaalam, alam natin, and alam ng iba. That's what we call your open self. That's your open self. These are things that are known by you and seen and acknowledged by others. The next one is the part of you that no one else knows. Ikaw lang nakakaalam. That's what you call a hidden self. This is called the Johari window. The next one is the part of you na hindi mo nakikita pero nakikita ng iba. And this is why Voicebox is here. Voicebox is here, Sprout is here to create that vision for organizations like you. And someday, my goal is for you to get to tap into your unknown self, because your unknown is the one that God has given you. It's the limitless part of your life. It's the limitless part of your organization. It's the limitless part of whoever it is that you want to serve in your life. Because the reality is, you're not born to be selfish. You're born to serve others. Because leaders are great servants. Leaders are great servants. And I want to share to you what my vision is. Is it okay if I share my vision? Is it okay? Can I see a chant yes? Can I see a chant yes? Is that okay? Because if you want to create a louder culture, it has to start with the leaders having the vision. And this is my vision. Someday, I'm not just going to create a big giant company. Someday, we're going to create a city. It's called Louder City. Louder City is a place where Filipinos, this is one of our research centers. Ito yung lugar kung saan bawat isang Pilipino are developed and trained. Every single organization is here. The best HR people are here in this organization. This is the mall inside our office. This is one of the e-commerce center, because we got a lot of partners who are in e-commerce. This is one of the louder halls. This is one of the plazas of Voicebox. Sales center. All of that starts with a vision. So my vision is, by 2050, the Philippines is going to be filled with people. People who understand that nothing is impossible for them. Someday, the Philippines will understand. The Philippines will understand that it is possible. It is possible na ikaw, you're probably thinking right now that in your job, hanggang dito lang ako, hanggang dyan lang ako. But let me tell you this, right now, with the new set of knowledge that I have given you, I want you to approach your team in a different way. You can approach them as an advisor. You can approach them as a teacher. Approach them as a partner. But whatever it is that you're doing, never stop approaching them. Because no matter what the situation is, no matter what pandemic, no matter what problem the company faces, kahit anumang pagdaanan nyo, if communication is there, if the right setting of the tone is there, if the right setting of expectations is there, and if the right vision is there for the company, nothing else can stop you. I want to leave you guys with this. To manifest an external culture, you must first learn to create your internal culture. To my friends of Sprout, and to all the 70 plus people who are here right now, my challenge is, what's your internal culture? What's that culture inside of you that you're willing to unleash? And if your culture is already good, if your culture is already good, how can you make sure that you make your culture better? My friends, our time is up. But if you learned something today, can you go ahead and chat louder? Everyone chat louder. Louder. Come on, come on. Let me see you chat louder. Let me see you chat louder. Come on, come on, come on. Let me see you chat louder real quick. Real quick, real quick. Come on. Make it louder, make it louder. Come on. If you learned something, chat louder. Come on. And to everyone who's here right now, Yana, I just want to say this to everyone. No, sa lahat ng nandito, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what's possible for your company. Kung madami kang natutunan in the 40 minutes, dadagdagan ko yan ng 20 minutes. I'm gonna get 15 lucky people right now. 15 people who are qualified to get a 1-hour free training, unlimited employees ang gusto mong ipa-train. I'm gonna give you 1-hour free training via Zoom. If you want that, check the link in the Zoom right now. Check the link in the Zoom right now. 1-hour free talk with the Josh. If you want that right now, that's the link right there. 1-hour free talk. Thank you so much, Dilu. Thank you so much to everyone of the Sprout HR Experts Season 6 already. Thank you for inviting me again. Sa lahat ng may gusto, you want to have that free 1-hour training, click that link, and I hope to see you in your company. Thank you, everyone. When? All right, yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Josh, for that one.
There, Samira, you're amazing.
Yes.
That was a great intro, dear. Thank you. Wait, you better be in the spotlight too. There we go. And I love your microphone.
Oh, thank you so much. I used it for streaming before, but I no longer stream anyway. Again, thank you so much, Josh. Honestly, I got hype up, and at the same time, I learned a lot. So, Josh, thank you so much. And thank you for everyone who's also participating in Josh's activities. I personally, I also enjoyed it.
Amazing.
All right. So,
I'm glad you're ready.
After that presentation, I would love actually to give you the second keyword for our raffle. So our second keyword for our raffle is growth. All right. Again, so the second raffle keyword is growth. Then guys, please don't forget to jot down your list of questions for the panelists later for the Fireside Chat. So, okay, moving on. Before I provide you guys the third and final keyword for today, in Sprout is our culture to keep participating or practicing the work-life integration. So if you're down to learn more about us as a company, please watch this video.
So you've got your processes, and your company is an oiled machine that runs pretty smoothly, but under the hood, you have problems. You've got managers desperate to know the status of their open positions, leave requests getting lost in a jumble of emails, SMS and forms, and employees complaining about payroll errors. You've thought about some expensive custom software that would be a pain to maintain, or swimming in all the features of SAP or Oracle, or maybe even outsourcing your payroll altogether. Why can't you find a local, intelligent, well-supported software that caters to your needs as a Philippine company? Well, guess what? Here at Sprout, we've developed a system that just works. One system with all the features you need and without all those that you don't. So what are you waiting for? Get over to sprout.ph and get your systems fixed today.
All right, thank you so much for watching that video, and I hope you learned about Sprout here. So here will be the third and final question. Third and final keyword for us today in our raffle. So first is training, growth, and the third one now is development. Again, there we have it in the screen. So again, training, growth, and development. So to join the raffle again, simply follow our Sprout YouTube page at Sprout HR Tech and comment these three keywords on the latest pinned post. And we'll be choosing our lucky winner via Twitter, so make sure to comment your keywords. Again, guys, training, growth, and development. Okay, so after the raffle here, for the next portion of our webinar, we will be having a fireside chat with our speaker and panelists. So if your questions are ready, be sure to type them in the chat box. I would love to actually bring back Josh. And aside from Josh, we will have our very own head of people operations, Ms. Shang Trinidad, and our marketing communications lead, Ms. Gwen Contreras. Okay, adding up here.
Hey, Shang and Gwen, hi.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have questions, please comment it in the comment section, or sorry, in the chat box. But first, I'd like to personally ask this one for Josh. I have a one question here. What objectives should I keep in mind when organizing a learning and development session with my employees?
Good. That's a very good question. So what objectives? No, I mean, before you even start creating a learning session, or before you even start creating a training for your team or for your employees, the first thing you got to do is you got to do what they call a PNA, or a training needs analysis, right? Training needs analysis, meaning based on the data that you have, you can use the numbers, okay? If you're a numbers type of person, you can use the numbers. If you're the qualitative type of person, you can go ahead and create a survey. What's important is you understand that there's a common need for those people. Because the reality is, most people, when they conduct a training, they try to do a blanket approach. And the blanket approach would try to work if and only if they're still hitting the pain points of those people. For example, tulad ngayon, it's a blanket kind of approach, right? Because there are different problems here, but I approach it in one way, in the form of communication, because a lot of people are having problems in terms of creating communication. So the best way for you to understand what kind of training program you're supposed to create is by first asking your team, getting deep into those people who are going to be in the program. Now, if you cannot ask the team directly, you better ask the management or the leaders who are handling the team. It's going to be easier. For example, my team leader ka. There's a team leader, there's a sales manager, operations director. You get to ask them what the challenges are. And then you try to correlate the data based on the challenge. Kasi every factor, every KPI that you have right now, is correlated to a certain skill. Not just one skill, but a certain set of skills. So you got to understand that certain set of skills will greatly affect that KPI. So the first thing you have to understand first is you got to dig deep. It's like sales. Before you sell something to someone, you got to probe. You got to ask the right questions. What's important for you? What would make your 8 become a 10? If I'm asking you right now, what's your overall experience with your company on a scale of 1 to 10? If it's a 7, what can make 7 become a 10? You figure out the gap. Understanding the gap allows you to really mesh things together. And at the end of the day, serve the people the way you're supposed to serve them. That's my answer, dear. Thank you, Samira. Very good question.
Yes, thank you, Josh. How about Miss Gwen? Do you have anything to add up to that?
In terms of leadership and spotting in terms of dun sa mga dun sa nakikita natin dun sa situation, kung ano yung meron tayo, we need to ensure na we are familiar in terms of the people that we handle, in terms of leadership. Kasi the more we see yung potential nila, the more we see their potential, makaka-create tayo ng mas magandang parang program and mas magandang activities within the group. Kaya with that, magkakaroon tayo ng mas purposeful na mga activities for them.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Miss Gwen. How about Miss Shang?
Hi everyone. So I completely agree with Gwen and Josh. Basically for training needs analysis, everyone here, most of us here are in HR. So training needs analysis is very important, but you have to keep in mind that it's all about also communication. Hindi lang tayo basta-basta nagpapatraining. Bakit nga ba natin ipapatrain siya? Say for example, and training is not just for performance, but also for soft skills. 'Diba? So, bakit nga ba ang isang salesperson kailangan ng effective communication skills or effective presentation skills? What gaps do we need to address? Ano ba yung upskilling na kailangan mangyari? So, kailangan maintindihan din niya from an employee side. Also, meron din tayong tinatawag na kasi individual developmental plan. It's also helpful. So, ang individual developmental plan, it's basically a tool to assist all employees in their career and personal development. So it's a good way to retain our employees and to keep them engaged. So kapag meron tayong individual developmental plan, it's basically saying, hey, we have a laid out plan for you here in our organization and we want to see you grow and ito yung mga kailangan mo para maabot natin yun. So it also helps in the short term and long-term goals in the organization. So very good retention strategy.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Shang. I have another question here, actually. So I know my team is more than willing to learn about their work. I feel like the pandemic is affecting their motivation. So as their head, how else can we help them? Perhaps Ms. Shang can be the first one to answer the question.
There's a lot of ways that we can address this. Maybe I can address it two ways. First, as an HR, so a lot of people are experiencing a lot of things right now. They're demotivated, they're feeling anxious, they're feeling burnout. Siguro ang tanong ko na lang ibabalik ko is, have we addressed the root cause of the problem? Right. We have to practice. Lagi ko kasi sinasabi to, malasakit during these times. So, we're almost all of us are working from home. Alam ba natin yung situation niya sa bahay? Maingay ba? May pamilya ba siya? May anak ba siya? So, yun muna. And then, as a manager also, you conduct one-on-ones, specifically targeting personal and professional discussions. Mm-hmm. Don't zero out on the personal stuff kasi it's really important, and as much as possible just provide support. Yun na yung kaya kong sabihin ngayon, but it is an ongoing issue that we need to address.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Shang. How about Josh?
Yeah. Yeah, I just want to add something. I think this is where coaching really plays an important part. I think if you really want to get to understand your team, you want to get to understand people, you got to be able to talk to them. I mean, it's hard to go on a date with someone without getting to talk to them. See, the way I see it, when you talk to people, it's like being in a relationship. Obviously, on a professional side, you can't go ahead and be in a solid relationship without communication. You got to start, number one, by setting the intention that, hey, I'm interested. That's the first thing you got to do. You got to set the intention, I'm interested to know you. I want to get to know you more because I want to not just have I always put it this way, it's kind of funny, but it's not just a one-night stand with your employees, all right? It's supposed to be a marriage. You better have a marriage, meaning you better have that relationship that's solid and that's not going to be like swayed by different kind of situations dahil the employee believes that you're rooting for him or her and vice versa. That you believe that the employee is rooting for you as a leader of the company because he or she wants to see the company succeed. For me, coaching plays an important role. You better have one-on-one sessions. If you're the leader, you better set one-on-one sessions with key people so that sila, you don't have to do it to everyone, but you got to have a structure. The CEO or the management, the upper management, they got to be the one leading or delegating. And then the rest, the leaders, they will be the ones communicating and coaching the others. Very important. That's very important. Kasi for me, coaching is where you get to find out what's happening to them. When you coach, it's not to correct them or to tell them, hey, malito. No. Coaching is a way to develop their behaviors, develop their strengths, and try to veer them towards the right path if ever they are a bit derailed. That's the goal of coaching. Coaching is not there to say na, halika dito, mag-usap tayo dahil ganyan ka, ganyan. No. Coaching, they should be excited about coaching. your team should be excited about coaching. If you don't know coaching yet, that's something you got to figure out. Something you can learn a lot. I'm pretty sure Sprout, myself included, I teach coaching. That's very important for every single organization, MSMEs. Yeah, so that's for me.
Okay,
Agree.
thank you. How about Miss Gwen?
Agree din ako dun sa sinabi ni Shang and ni Josh. And pwede natin i-focus din dun sa word na trust, building trust and building rapport to our employees, especially kunyari, as a leader kasi we need to, di ba, understand them and have one-on-one with our people. But in the end of the day, it's a continuous trust building din dun sa mga employees natin para makakapag-share din sila. Kasi kahit kunyari, nag-one-on-one tayo, and we wanted to build parang trust with them, pero hindi natin siya nilalagay dun sa daily, daily routine or daily tasks with them. So, parang ang mangyayari, kahit may one-on-one, hindi natin makukuha yung specific na kailangan nating malaman in terms of their problems and parang mga situation at home. So, in the end of the day, kailangan pa rin natin mag-build ng trust para makagawa tayo ng strategic way. Pag kinonect din natin siya dun sa sinabi ni the Josh kanina, dun sa 4 quadrants, diba? The more we know yung people natin, the more we can strategize in helping one another. So, yun.
Okay, thank you. I totally agree with Miss Gwen actually with the trust. So we actually have another question here is how to conduct TNA. Is there a checklist or guidelines to follow? TNA, I think earlier someone mentioned TNA, it means training needs analysis.
Yeah, training needs analysis. Yeah, it's a checklist that you can create by yourself. It's there's no standard for it. Well, there is a structure for it, but there's no standard for it. It's from the word itself, training needs analysis. Basically, you're going to analyze the need of your trainees. It's something that you can search on Google. Promise. It's not to say na it's always on Google. There's a lot of things that you can search on Google right now. First step you got to do is ask, is it on Google? And then the second thing is, who else has done this before? Maybe you can pattern it. But there's a lot of templates on how you can assess the needs of your employees. SurveyMonkey has a lot already. There are a lot of survey forms that would really assess their training needs. But you can also do mano-mano. Mano-mano training needs analysis is you would find out if you have a certain scorecard. Kung may scorecard ka na, and then you're figuring out anong part ng scorecard yung laging nami-miss out. What's always crossed out? What's the part of their scorecard that's not being focused on? Maybe that's where you can also do the TNA. What about you, ladies? Yeah, that's it for me.
I agree. Like, you can do TNAs whichever way you like. Other companies do it separately per position. Kasi totoo naman, iba naman yung skills needed for sales, for HR, for finance. Other people naman, they do it per level. So it's up to you, but basically what I want to say is it really depends on what your desired outcome is. Kung per position, per level, or kung anong gusto nyong format. Just make sure na yung results, yung gusto nyong results.
Correct. And I just want to add pala, no, pag nag-TNA ka, you will most likely get different results for different people. Let's say, for example, it's a sales team. Tapos nag-TNA ka. Some of them would be good in objection handling. Others, ang problem nila is closing. But you got to find a way on how you can get to the middle ground of that. Or if you can separate them, chunk them into twos. Dito ka, this is for this batch, this is for this batch. But the bottom line is you always ask what's the most impacting and what's the root cause. And what's the root cause? That's it.
Okay. I think Ms. Gwen also agreed to what they mentioned here. So, guys, I just want to thank you for everyone who attended the meeting and the seminar. But that was the last question that we will be able to accommodate for today. And again, huge thank you for everyone, and also to our speaker, Mr. Josh, and our panelists today, Ms. Shang and Ms. Gwen. So please give them a round of applause. But again, guys, Unfortunately, that will be the time that we only have left. But for any e-certificate request, you may follow the instructions that you see on your screens and send your request through this link bit.ly/certificate request form, or you can just go ahead and scan the QR code. There we have it. This form will expire 24 hours after the webinar, so please scan it or just we'll be providing the link through the chat. So now, I remember we have a raffle. Remember, or I didn't. I mean, I remember that, but do you remember that? So we will announce to you the lucky winner for the raffle earlier. So the raffle winner is Paulo Hernandez. If Paulo Hernandez is still here, please raise your hand or comment. If not, don't worry because we will be having a direct message for you in our Twitter page. So congratulations, Paula, for winning the Grab gift card. And again, guys, thank you so much for participating. And that is it for today. Thank you.